Pardon me for muttering. I want to just suggest um, prospect of productive research to someone and editorializing. There's a dude in Hollywood who got his start with the assassination game. His name is Nick Castle. If you look at the Texas school book, you'll find that I was held in the castle-like turrets in the name of a law firm led by Nick DeBarno. Nick Castle is the likely person who's working behind the scenes and bringing about the change that we see in our society. He has a horrible movie called Major Pain, which is supposedly a comedy. It's like Hegseth writ large over the Boy Scouts. It's a really ugly movie. And we know that the interaction of fantasy and fakery and trickery is a major factor to be observed in Lenin's script by George Takei and people like that who helped him pretend he was killed so they could inaugurate this assassination game that they made real. And I believe that Lenin had died at first. That's in the administrative records at Carnegie Mellon University. I made a fuss. It's hard to explain why they were siding with the people they claimed did it against somebody who they knew perfectly well had nothing to do with it. That's when I realized it was in contradiction to the evidence. It's like all the evidence shows that it was planned with the help of Lenin. He got the starring role. So the Texas school book came from Soviet Jewry. And Oswald went back and forth. It was a non-aggression treaty. The non-aggression treaty was between the Soviets and the Nazi Germany over Gobler's agreement over Poland. America is the new Poland. The Gobblers, they hate us. So, but it's not just that, Oswald. You have to go back to World War One when Italy was allies with Britain. Non-aggression treaties. It didn't so much survive World War II as it did predate World War II. It goes back to the days when Sergei Eisenstein was friends with Walt Disney. And it was on hold for a while. Some of these crummies were like turtles. They curled up in their shell for a while. So the non-aggression treaty is a subsidiary of the men and studios of Hollywood and Russians, worldwide cinema, who agreed that they could make fascism secret and control the world through the media system by pretending to represent nation states. And so the way Toon has pretended to represent the United States, well, he robs us every which way and another. Nick Castle was suspect, worked with the Carradines who are suspects, and it should be looked into. Russians did this from all the evidence. You've seen the evidence. You know that there's evidence here of Russian involvement with the Dallas, Texas police working with the KGB. Bush, Toon, and Widemaker were as one. Widemaker used to say, "Look for the lips." And they make this big stink about Conolingus. And then Brooks says, read the lips. Did the lips say yes or no? There's a line in the sand, queer ball. Bush was a sick one. Ooh, boy, was he sick. He makes Riley Curry's son deaf and then thinks he's a god with the comeback, read my lips. I didn't know he was a transgender. Did Reagan know? That's just an ugly joke. You can see what ugly minds they have. DD, DD, Kennebunkport, right? What happens when you add DD from the script? Can a D debunk deport? Yo, yo. Can a D debunk deport? Kennebunkport, D. Scummy, just plain scummy. So you stupids get on the ball and do some work.